Hi everyone, it's Shari Carroll for SimonsStamp.com, and we thought it'd be really fun to show you some ideas to do with your wrapping paper. And one of the papers that I had this year was kind of a silvery foil type paper, and I've done a few projects. So to start off, I've made a card and I've used the heart wreath die and also a thank you card. I've kept things really clean and simple on this card. So the first thing I did was I die cut the wreath from my foil paper, and then I die cut the little hearts. And this die happens to have like the wreath and the little hearts, plus it has little leaves that come with it so you can do individual pieces. I also used the Lawn Fawn Thanks, and I cut that out using slate cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. Really clean and simple, really nice and quick. Another idea I had was to make a garland, which you could include in a gift bag or in a present for Valentine's Day. So this one was also very simple, and it just has a series of circles. I've used my sewing machine, and I've also put some hearts in there. So the dies that I've used for this are, I'm going to go ahead and flip those over so you can see the little white hearts. The circle dies, which come together, and those are really nice size, and also the tic-tac-toe hearts. I used my glue stick and I covered some cardstock on both sides, and then I cut out the circles, and then I sewed everything together. Another fun project also for Valentine's Day was to make some decorative trees out of paper cones. To make my cones, you make an entire circle and then you cut out 1/4 of it, and then you can wrap that around to make the cone. And for the leaves that I used on here, I used my wrapping paper and I used the clustered leaf die. I die cut 2 pieces and then I started wrapping that around the cone, and then to finish things off I added the hearts. For my smaller cone, I just wrapped that with the wrapping paper, and then I added some of the little hearts from the tic-tac-toe hearts, and then I used some twine around, and I just kind of let that loosely flow around so that can be maneuvered however I want. My next project is an ornament for next year, and I've used the funky snowflake die and my foil paper. So this one's really super quick and easy, and I think the kids could do it too. So what I've done is I've cut 2 pieces of regular cardstock and then 1 foil piece, and then I put those all together using my glue pen. I've also glued on some of the silver twine at the top so that it sits flat, and so then I have a nice little ornament. So this is nice and sturdy and it lays flat, and it has a little bit of shine to put on my tree. Another ornament that I've had these glass balls for a really long time, and I just cut strips of paper and filled it up. So this is really super easy to do. I also used some of the glossy accents at the top and also some glitter, and then I made a nice long string. But you can see all the little curls of ribbon and paper inside. I'll show you at the top where I used the glossy accents. So I just kind of filled it in and let it drip down, and I kind of helped it drip down a little bit. And then once I had that in place, then I went ahead and put some glitter on it. For the bow, I've created a little double bow, and I've used the Lawn Fawn silver twine. I really like this twine. It's probably my favorite. So I'm going to show you how I did the strips. So I just cut a bunch of these with my trimmer, and I have my bone folder here, and you just kind of run this at an angle and just start curling this up. I cut a bunch of strips, and I sat and watched some Christmas movies and made a bunch of curls, and then I filled up the ball. So to put those in, you just take the top off and you go ahead and feed those in. I also added in some curling ribbon for extra color. My last ornament is a really fun one, and this is just an accordion fold paper, and then I added strips of paper and some hearts. So this is really easy and basic, so I'll show you on the side. So if you do an accordion fold, and you can do this with your scoreboard, and then you cut it into a triangle, then I folded it all together, and I used my crocodile, and I used the smaller hole to get that center hole going down. And the stick in the middle is actually a skewer, one of those bamboo skewers that you use for shish kebabs, with a little bit of white paint. So to add my hearts, I've also used the tic-tac-toe hearts and also the smaller hearts from the heart wreath. And then for the top, I've also used that silver twine. I hope I've given you some ideas on what to do with some of that extra wrapping paper for the holidays, and thanks for watching.